Yeah. Yeah. Let me take you on a day. We ain't gotta wait. Tell me if you got an ex nigga in the way, he can stay. I just wanna get a little taste, and I see you keep your body in shape. Look, I just wanna dance.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Talkin Sporty. I'm Brittany Bets.
I'm P.
And welcome back. We are finally back into football season.
It's time. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it's not.
Woo! 'Tis the season.
Yeah, exactly. It's not Christmas.
I'm so
How are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready. Are you locked in?
Yeah, I missed you.
I know. I love you. I can't wait to just get started. I'm like so excited.
I know. My baby's screaming in the background, of course. But anywho, we ride. I'm excited for the season. They have us looking like we're gonna win, or the over under for us is 6.5 games. So
Okay.
Not high hopes in Vegas. Not even a 500 season, but actually I'm excited,
Like I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Right.
I feel like they're kind of feeding us like this, like it's gonna be different than last season. But I mean,
it
has to be at least somewhat better than last season. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't know what to believe. Are the Rams tanking? Like, what? Obviously, Vegas thinks that it's going to be another mediocre season.
Right.
But it's just like it's a little, and it's okay. It's like we're kind of in a weird, like, we don't know what route we're going, but it's like it's okay,
according to the Rams. I thought I read a quote by Aaron Donald or like something where he was like, I'm in my 10th season. I never thought that we'd be like in this rebuild type of deal. But I think that the Rams are looking at the situation like they have a young core of guys, right? A lot of just rookie, unproven talent, and they're willing to compete. And then you have these pillars that are out there that are obviously going to set the tone. They're going to set the example. They're going to be role models, like looking at it, we have Aaron Donald on defense. We have, we have Cooper Kupp, obviously. We have Matt.
We're giving us
like in terms of our pillars, in terms of our guys, in terms of like just the guys that have been there, that won a championship with us, that kind of have just like experience.
Yeah.
We have Ernest Jones, and he was behind Bobby Wagner last year, which is huge. You know what I mean? Like, I think and Bobby Wagner had a really great year.
Yeah, so, and Dearness too. Like, remember that game, the Cardinals game in the postseason? He showed up big time. So that guy, I actually don't think he gets like. I appreciate you for shouting him out because I feel like a lot of Rams fans don't like. He gets some love, but he doesn't. Of course, like you said, the pillar guys always get that. Like that's what the Rams are about. You know what I mean? But there's some guys in there that it's like, hold on.
Yeah, I'm excited that Jordan Fuller is going to be healthy. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be back. He's going to be back there with John Johnson.
John Johnson
back. Yeah. Exciting. Like that goes a long way when you have like that vet presence that's back there. Like Weddle the Super Bowl.
One pack and everything, but he was there.
Yeah. But anywho, Rams camp. I didn't go this year. I didn't go.
I think I also didn't get a chance to go. My goal is to obviously go to Irvine next season, but I do want to get out there. I actually had a cousin that went. He went for the first time. He went on behalf of Toyota. And my cousin doesn't watch. Yeah, he doesn't watch football or anything like that, but he went. And he was like sending me pictures. He was like, who should I look out for? Like, you know what I mean? And it was funny. He was sending me pictures and stuff. But he actually said that he had a really good time. He was actually in their hospitality tent or something like that. But it was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting to have him like say like, hey, we're like well taken care of. It's like, yeah, it was. I guess it was a good time.
Oh my gosh, sorry about that. That is
okay.
That's a pin. Shout out to our Twitter friend. I actually have yours. I mentioned it to you, I think, a long time ago. But
Not the old school. I love it.
JD, he made these and he sent these to us.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta give you yours next time I see you.
Yeah, I gotta put it in my hat. I'm not wearing my LA hat today, but I gotta put it in my hat.
Mine will definitely be on my hat. But no, back to training camp. I'm excited. I didn't get to go this season. I'm excited just because of the little things that I've heard. Because you have to understand, like, we're coming out of a very depressing season, and that's just obviously because of injuries. Because it was what it was. So now we have something to be excited about. You know, we have, again, Cooper Kupp is going to be back. Matthew Stafford, he's saying he's healthier than ever. He feels great. The back.
He loves his job again. Is what that's what I read. I read an article today that's like Matthew Stafford said he loves his job again. I'm like,
that's huge. Like, come on now. Like, on some real stuff. Like, when it's all said and done, I talk to people about this all the time. I tell my dad, like, the way that you see football, like from back in the day, just like, I gotta show up, I gotta get these hits, or I gotta like make these plays, or that's the only way I'm gonna get paid. Like, that is kind of over and done with. Because, like, guys are valuing their mental health, they're valuing their bodies. You know, like, you're gonna pay me what I'm worth, and I'm gonna also put myself first these days.
100%. Yeah.
And like that goes a long way. So like there are guys that are choosing to take the bag, you know, get these big contracts, and like supposedly Cheetah saying that he's going to be done once his contract is up. He's done, right? He's going to retire. And I mean, there are guys that have already done it. Andrew Luck, he chose to retire and like save his body and be with his kids and be able to run and play with them, you know. And like
we actually just, I seen a tweet about Luke Kuechly. He also retired young, one of the greatest linebackers I've actually seen.
Guys are making that.
That's actually true.
They're turning away from like that business decision, and it's more like, I'm doing me. But I mean, they're going to get that bag on the front end, and then they turn around and like they're out of the league. They're investing. They're doing other things. They're actually
endorsements.
So I mean, it's good to know that in his 15th year that he loves the game still, and that he loves his job. Like, that's great. That's great for the morale of the team. You know, because it's different nowadays. So.
Would you? I mean, I've seen his name be mentioned when they say the pillars. Would you consider him a pillar? I feel like he's only been with us less than 5 seasons, but Matthew, because he got the job done, right? Okay.
Yeah, he has okay. So you have to listen to the Playcallers. like, I mean, I'm gonna give you your time. I'm gonna give you until like game 1 of the season. Jourdan Rodrigue, oh my gosh, she did her thing, just putting that together, and oh my God, her mind is just insanely just like impeccable. I don't have the word for it when it comes to just like a football IQ outside of like being a coach, being in a front office type of thing. Like, she just has this understanding of the game beyond. And like, I admire it so much.
Yeah. And I feel like she gives us like, not only obviously she reports on our team, but she gives us a kind of view like to the Rams that we don't get like from other folks. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like she gives you this inside look in a different sense. And obviously with the woman, and she's
where you're coming from.
Yeah. So
they say quoi about her reporting.
She said je ne sais quoi. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know what it is, but it's just that. So I am gonna watch the Playcallers or listen to it.
It talks like, you have to, because it gets into just why we made the decision that we made to get Matthew Stafford, and just
I mean, right, but
No, you have to listen to the Playcallers, because this is like intimate conversation where you're hearing the mind of McVay, you're hearing the mind of Les, and like they're giving you like kind of like a rundown of how it happened. Like Andrew Whitworth is talking about it, and like they're talking about the dynamics. Like everybody knows just kind of what they were put in the media type of deal, but this is kind of the behind the scenes exclusive, in podcast form. But it's amazing. I haven't finished all of it. I think I have one more episode to go, but it's really, really, really good. And like I said, you have to listen to it because it'll give you just the reasoning as to why Sean McVay knew that Matthew Stafford was literally the missing piece in us winning the Super Bowl. And we did.
Yeah, I mean, we got there and we didn't get the job done with Jared Goff, even though I hate to say that. But and it's true. And it's true, right? This guy had been in Detroit for 13 years, like experienced guy. I mean, they loved him so much. They told him, hey, we're going to give you it's your decision. You go where you want. Like you did your services. You paid your dues here. Like, and I have heard some stuff about like those conversations in that one house in Mexico when they were trying to get Matthew Stafford to come over to the Rams. But I'm definitely, I feel like Jourdan provides that behind the scenes look that we don't get from many folks. So I definitely want to see what else. I don't know if any of that stuff is censored language, but I heard it was. And so I'm gonna give it a listen for sure. But
no, it's good.
Definitely.
But Matthew being healthy is huge. He has Cooper to throw it to.
This guy.
Which is gonna be amazing because they talk about it on the Playcallers, just like how they just work on the sidelines to get their chemistry on par, and just like there'll be a play that they can execute in practice that like maybe they'll mess up, but then they'll go work on it together and just so that's good that he's gonna have him back. We have the rookie. What's the rookie receiver's name?
Puka
Nacua. Yeah. So he's looking good, I'm hearing.
Really good stuff out of camp from Puka. So that's actually somebody that I wish actually I was going to. Last season I went to a preseason game. I wish I was going to one this season, but I'm not so far. So I know that Saturday's one. Are you gonna go?
No. Speaking of that, I'm gonna give away my tickets. So I'll tweet it and then you can retweet it for me.
I got you. But yeah.
Do you want to go?
I can't Saturday.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
but it's okay. But
anyway, there you have it, folks.
Puka.
But no, you have first dibs for sure. You would have first dibs for sure.
I love you. Here's the good stuff from Puka. That's what I'm saying. I wish I was going to the preseason game to see maybe get some reps in and stuff like that. But that was actually going to be like my next question to you though. Like the young guys that you're like kind of have your eyes on. I had some guys in mind that I wanted us to draft. But of course, like we can't talk about these rookies without talking about the Georgia dog, Stetson.
Yeah.
Stetson also had some really good stuff coming out of camp too. But I seen some clips that the Rams posted, and I was like, oh, that's a dot. That was nice. He put that right in the basket. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see him, obviously preseason, but I don't think that we're going to be starting him.
Oh no! I mean, 100%. That's what I'm saying. I talking about the rookies, but of course he's not starting anytime soon.
Back to Puka, I'm hearing that he's like giving this Robert Woods-esque type of play.
Neediness to him? Ooh.
Just like his body, his control.
Okay.
They say that he's really, really smart with the game and just like things that he picks up on and questions that he asks. So, that's good.
The future is bright.
He got smacked by Aaron Donald.
The future is bright for us. I'm not gonna
yes.
I'm not gonna get like too on the like negative side, but I know that we built
training camp. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I don't want us to not talk about Sony Michel just retired like in the middle
of camp. I know. But that can also be brought into our conversation. Maybe the big kind of like, I guess it's kind of dying down right now, but it still has some traction to it, is what's going on with the running back position in the NFL. Maybe that's why Sony said, you know what? I got my ring. I'm cool. Like, I'm out. Jonathan Taylor's in a really nasty situation with the Colts right now.
Yeah. Sony has 2 rings.
Okay, that's right.
But no, that Jonathan Taylor situation is, like, oh, gosh. I mean, the Colts owner, like, the moves that he makes, they're always just questionable. You know what I mean? And it's Jonathan Taylor. Look at the way that the team was with him last season and the season prior.
Oh, he was the season prior.
Go ahead.
No, I said he was in MVP conversations 2 seasons ago.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Just a beast for fantasy football. All my fantasy football folks know, because I drafted him last season, and it didn't. Granted, he had some injuries. He was dealing with some ankle injuries and some other things. So I don't want to knock him down too bad. Will I draft him this year? No. But anyway, that's a different conversation. But it's crazy, right? That like a guy that was in MVP conversations 2 seasons ago, now he's in the situation where he's just like, I don't want to be here. And then Irsay's like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the whole running back situation is, we can say it's criminal, but it's been like that for years. You know, you have who's still at home? Zeke's not on his
team. No team. And you're right. You're right, though. It is, unfortunately, the shelf life of a running back is obviously they have a very short shelf life. And I think that's why we've also seen these teams also have like that dual like headed snake type stuff, so they can stagger these guys, because it's like, unfortunately, these are the guys that get they touch the ball the most, but of course they get hit the most. And so
it's sad, though. I mean,
no, 100%, it's sad. Like, it sucks, right? Because it's just like,
you should be paid on like the productivity that you obviously bring, right, and like the productivity that you bring in regards to the success of the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, granted, like, you know, even that season when we were talking about Jonathan Taylor, even though he was MVP conversation, like, did they go far? No, but that's also because football's the ultimate team sport, right? So it's hard, you know what I mean? It sucks. It's kind of like the running back situation is going like in a scary path, in my opinion. It seems like they're just like, we're just gonna pump these guys out. But what I feel like what's gonna start happening, and feel free to chime in here, but I feel like these kids are just, they're not going to want to play this position anymore. It's like, wait a minute. I'm the one that gets beat up.
For real. Like, they're going to be switching up, because it's a lot of work, and it's tough. Like, back to the Playcallers. So, like, just they talk about the Todd Gurley situation and just how our offense was with him, and how he was, you know, in those offensive player of the year talks. And it's just crazy how he was as a player, dynamic, out of college, off of an injury, you know what I mean? And then
there's a dog. Yes.
I don't know what happened. Like, obviously an injury, right? And it's like, to me, I'm like, they have like some secret file. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, because he was just so good.
Dynamic. Yeah, he had it all, right? Beefy. Pause. He was dynamic, beefy, like just fast. Like, it's just like, I personally just, another fantasy football god, okay, as well. But it's like seeing that, not only like obviously like we would see it in person, but seeing that on the screen, you know, and just hearing, like you said, he was in offensive player of the year talks. This is a guy that like somewhat made the Rams like not relevant again, you know what I mean? But just sparked, especially coming back, it just sparked that like.
Oh, he was huge. Like, he was a huge contributing factor to the Rams offense, and like putting us in the position that we're in, and just like helping Jared Goff succeed. And I mean,
but yeah,
early. He's doing well. No, seriously.
Yeah, I seen a tweet earlier.
Money and did good things, you know.
Yeah, you know what? He was actually at the Super Bowl experience when it was here in LA, signing autographs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went that day and I seen him signing autographs. No, the line was too long.
I mean, that's...
I love you, TG, but I gotta go.
That was good. He had a long line. Okay.
Yeah, the line was pretty decent.
He
So
loves Todd Gurley.
I mean, how could you not, right? So running back situation is gonna be a little tough. It's going down.
Rams running back situation. I guess McVay has decided that Cam has the one spot. So, are you going to pick him up in your fantasy league?
I'm absolutely not. Look,
we're going to have a whole episode, not a whole episode, but we'll do another episode. Talking about fantasy.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe Laquan will come on here.
Yes, and he can give me advice as to what possessed me to join 4 leagues this year. My max
4 leagues.
I know. My max used to be 2, and I used to be crazy with 2.
Is this just like a pride leagues, or do you win something?
No, it's for money.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I mean, that sounds so degenerate. It has to be for money.
It does. It does. But ball is life, you know what I mean?
No, I'm in a league that we don't play for anything. And I've been inclined to be like, we should play for something. But
I mean, ball is
a couple people. Okay. Well,
I get you. Yeah. So like you said, we definitely are gonna have an episode where we can talk.
Maybe next episode.
Yeah. We can talk fantasy. We can talk betting odds for you. Well,
what rookies? Okay, so in fantasy, what rookies should I be looking at to pick up?
Well, see, usually everybody drafts
a sneak peek into fantasy.
I would go with a receiver. I would go with the receiver. You can, the old days, some old strategies that I used to be told back in my old days. It was like draft running backs first, right? So I'm trying to think of a rookie running back because shout out to my boy, Zach Charbonnet, got hurt at camp with the Seahawks. Broke my heart. That's just the bias ruining me.
A mean backfield,
I know. I love that sound effect.
Running back, Bijan Robinson with the Falcons.
Bijan Robinson, you can look for,
but
I am not too comfortable.
For fantasy, I don't know, right? I know what type of running back he is and what he looks like, but then are the Falcons going to use him at the goal line? You know what I mean? But he can get off. So if you're in a PPR league, because he's going to be catching some little slants and doing some things like that. So,
but I'll say I don't feel.
But you want to pick him up first?
Oh no! First of all, no. I'm not going for any Falcons. Okay, no disrespect. I don't know what the Falcons are doing right now. I'm not going for any Falcons unless I absolutely have to. And if I do,
Desmond Ritter's their quarterback.
I'm going Kyle Pitts in the God knows what round. But
I mean, see, I'm not that into fantasy. I feel like I'm more into fantasy because of betting, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah.
But anywho,
we balance each other out.
People say that Kyle Pitts is the prayer. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that he's gonna do good. This time around. I'm hoping this week. This is the week.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I don't know if you should say, Laquan, we need you. Come on this show for us.
I can talk fantasy for a long time. You can talk betting for a long time. We just balance each other out. That's why, that's why I love you. So fantasy football is definitely going to be a topic of ours. And I'm trying to think, as I was signing myself up for these leagues, I was thinking who are going to be my QBs? I don't even know. You know what I mean? I want my boy Jalen Hurts on there, but he'll probably be gone because knowing my luck, I get a low pick. But speaking of QBs, we want to get into the quarterback show. Did you watch the quarterback show?
I did. I actually did. I didn't finish the last episode, but I don't think I needed to. You know how those shows get by like, but I got the gist of it for the most part. Like it wasn't enough football for me, but I didn't expect it to be like, no, shout out to Peyton, like no disrespect, no shade, because I love him, but like you got to get people to watch it on Netflix, so there has to be an entertainment factor to it.
Yeah, for sure. You obviously get it, like you said, it is football, of course. These are quarterbacks that we're talking about, but like you see a different view of their life. Like you see them as you see them as dads, as husbands, as human beings. Like of course, people should see them as human beings more than
I'm a terrible person. I'm like, it wasn't enough football. I don't care about their lives. I don't care about your oh my gosh, no way. I love that. No, like they all have beautiful families, and like I love that they showed that. And
no, for sure. I actually, Brittany, I watched this while on my way back from Europe. My family, it was an 11-hour flight.
Must be nice.
I know. But it was 8 episodes. Obviously, I didn't watch the last episode because we had already landed. It was 8 episodes, 8 hours. I like took naps in between.
Timed out right, yeah.
It got me through the flight. But
perfect.
What I was gonna say is that did you read the report where Matthew Stafford was asked to be a part of the show and he politely said no?
I believe it.
Well, I believe it too, but it's just kind of like, man. Like as a Rams fan, I would have wanted to see that, but everybody knows that Matthew Stafford's that type of guy where it's like, look, I do my job, I go, what is it? I do my job, I go home. Like,
no, you have to think about the season that he was coming off of. Like,
no, facts.
We won the Super Bowl, but also like he had just moved to LA. Like he was already in the limelight. He was already in the spotlight. Like poor Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they can't go anywhere, and just be a family and enjoy their girls and like do things like that. Especially like you're coming out of COVID, you want to be out. So it's like, yeah, I don't want somebody invading my space like that. Like let me lock in on football and not have all these cameras. Does that show how incredible Patrick Mahomes is that he did that with the cameras? Yes, sure. But it's not taking anything away from anybody else. Like I think that everybody to each his own. Like Patrick Mahomes is a different type of superstar right now.
Oh, for sure. That guy is, like I said, you definitely get to see them in a different light, for sure. Speaking of Netflix and quarterbacks, you wanted to tell me about the Johnny Manziel, Untold.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, but it's good. I mean, like, so I tweeted today or yesterday, like people have been sleeping on the Untold series because like even the non-football or basketball ones are good.
Yeah.
The one Crime and Penalties about the minor league hockey team, the Danbury Trashers. Oh my gosh, that one is so good. Like you have to see that one. Let me think. There's a Caitlyn Jenner one.
Okay. The Manti Te'o one, was that not an Untold series? That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that one?
Yeah, Manti Te'o, yeah, I did see it. And I felt actually.
So there's a Jake Paul one.
What's that?
There's a Jake Paul one, but you don't like Jake Paul. So, but I mean, it talks about how he just kind of decided to box. Like, I don't want to
box.
I don't want to say become a boxer. You know what I mean? But he's boxing right now.
Yeah.
So,
he's boxing dudes that are past their prime, but sure.
So the Johnny,
you say it like I can do it, like
it's so it talks about Texas A&M and just how once they made their move into the SEC, and getting Johnny Manziel. Like, obviously it talks about the start of him and just growing up in Texas and Friday Night Lights and just how that is just like Manchurian candidate football, like, and then it goes into like him obviously going to College Station and just how he turned the school around like as a freshman. But then that kind of gave him this opportunity to become like a celebrity, like not a social media celebrity because he was like an athlete, you know what I mean? But like he was also getting autographs like on the side.
Right. I feel like he was almost like also like part of pop culture, I guess you could say too, in a way. You know what I mean?
He was with LeBron and he was with Justin Timberlake, and no, he was out in the streets. So it's funny because he talks about it. His ex-best friend, I mean, and it's sad because like they don't talk anymore. But his ex-best friend talks about how he like his manager and how he just would always get wasted because like that was just the life. Like no matter what it was, he said like win or lose, we booze. Like as a freshman. But then he also won Heisman. So it's just like you're reaching these pinnacles and like you're just like, yeah, I'm the shit. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing.
Right.
So he got to the point where he needed to like mellow out. He had an agent, and it was the funniest thing. His agent said that he needed to go to the combine and he needed to stay sober. And he's like, I'm gonna drug test him. You know, like I have been drug testing him. He's been clean. Everything's been good. So then he says that the day of the combine, Johnny's like, I fucked up. He's like, I don't know what happened. Like I blacked out. I don't know if there's going to be anything that pops up on the drug test. He's like, but yeah, like I'm going to just hydrate. I'm going to pee it all out. And so the agent was like, your dad's going to fake a heart attack, check yourself into the hospital. Your mom's going to be crying. You're going to have to leave the combine early. Just like, all to avoid him taking a drug test.
Just imagine that. Imagine that. Like
the fuckery, like. But so that is the life of Johnny Manziel and just all the stuff that he's gone through. And then it doesn't talk about him because he was married.
Mm-hmm.
He was married. It doesn't talk about that. But I'm not laughing at his marriage. Like I would never do that. But about that, but it just talks about like college and then obviously becoming the number 1 draft pick and how he got fired because do you know how he got cut from the Browns?
Look, the Browns have gone through so many guys from Manziel. I'm sorry. Where's that one meme of that guy with the jersey and it's got like the long list of like the
right. I have let him down and stuff. Yeah.
Refresh my memory on how he got cut.
Well, obviously you haven't seen it, but he went to Vegas on a Saturday, missed a flight home, didn't show up for a game Sunday. Not just went to Vegas, girl. He had on this wig and this mustache, thinking he was gonna have a disguise. I'm gonna send you the picture.
I've never seen that picture of that. I was like, what is going on with dude? Like.
So he did that. Didn't show up for the game the next day. Got cut. Like, what did you think?
Yeah, I do remember the wig picture and but it's that guy. He, as quickly as he rose, he also fell. You know, and it sucks because it's like it sucks seeing these guys with like this natural talent. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, and then it's just like it unfortunately doesn't get managed the right way. So
exactly. And I mean, he had like mental issues, you know, the aftermath of it. He battled depression and like I think he almost committed suicide. So like that's
did hear about that.
Bad, you know, that's unfortunate. And
hopefully
he's doing better. But
Untold on Netflix. So like I said, I watched the Manti Te'o one last summer and I was like, I feel bad. Like I was like,
you watched the and one.
The like the shoe?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one. I think I haven't watched many of the other ones. But
Malice at the Palace is a good one too.
Yes, I have watched Malice at the Palace because I was only like 10 when that happened. So I actually have vague memory of that. I have vague memory of that.
That is so funny.
But the Malice at the Palace one was good. That one was good. Even though you knew what was gonna happen, like you were just like, oh my god, like this is madness. Like
Yeah.
what? Then brings us to our next topic. Hardknocks started on what, 2 days ago? Today's August 10th. It started a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, Tuesdays it comes on. That's another show that obviously I'm tuned into.
So this
Did you
season,
watch the episode?
no, I didn't because I was working. I gotta catch up on some stuff, okay?
Catch up on TV because you told me that you're watching like Love Island, but you'll tell me more about that show. I finished everything else, so I might as well watch it.
Yes. So this is like, I think we talked about this. This is my rule. So like anytime between like late June, NBA finals are over, late June to like literally September, I watch stuff that you would never even think that I'm watching. Like I got into Marvel again. Like, I was like watching just like the other day I watched a documentary on voice acting. It's actually kind of interesting.
Send me that one. I love
I'm gonna send it to you. So that period of time, the off season, where it's like obviously I'm not that much into baseball. I'm sorry guys, but that period of time is like those few months. I just take it to like, yes, I watch Love Island. It's my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
This season, or this off season, I should say, I discovered that all of the WWE episodes or any Raw, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown episodes are all on Peacock from like back in the day.
The wrestling stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so I watched that.
Wrestling, like 2003, like The Rock.
Girl, there's like this period of time where Monday Night Raw is having a countdown to the millennium.
Okay.
It's that old. Like I'm talking like it goes back even before our time. Like I know for a fact it's before our time.
I only watched wrestling like during that period. Like
yeah, exactly. Right.
Austin, yeah. Triple H.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of our wrestling fans,
yeah, like all that. And like in school, like boys used to do like the suck it shit and like, all that. I love The Rock though. And my mom, she used to be a business account manager for like firms.
Mm-hmm.
And one of her clients was Michael Clark Duncan, rest in peace.
Oh my God.
So he was filming, what is the movie that he was in with The Rock? Like the Scorpion King or something like that. Like something like that. But he was in that movie with him. And so I was like, you're in the movie with The Rock? Like, I have to send him a message. I'm in 4th grade, okay? I have to send him a message. So I write down a note and I send it away. And Michael tells me that he sends it to The Rock. Girl, it was like, you are so fine. I love you so much. I just want to marry you. Like that was the message in 4th grade.
Now you being in 4th grade, thirsting over The Rock. I'm dead.
Hungry Tiger sending the message like to the set. Like, oh my God.
I would have done the same thing because The Rock made me feel some type of way back in the day.
I love
so
it.
These
like now still.
Yeah. These episodes on TikTok, I was gonna say, oh my God, on Peacock, definitely will make you feel so much nostalgia, dude. Like even the women's makeup and like, like it's just there's just so much nostalgia there. And of course,
like you are so passionate about wrestling. Like
I know, I'm such a nerd.
No, I love that.
All my
we're both nerds, like the sports girl nerds.
Exactly. So if you didn't know what happened,
we'll get a graphic made of us with both glasses, like nerds.
Yeah. I should find a picture of myself as a kid with glasses on. That would be funny. But yeah, so all of any wrestling fans that are watching Peacock, if you have a subscription to Peacock, any episode that you can think of is on there. But then, so yeah, we want to talk about Hardknocks. So we just got into the TV thing.
Yeah, check it out. It was good. I will say this though. Obviously, like, do I think that Hard Knocks already has like an agenda?
Oh, okay.
Like,
I was going somewhere else. I thought you said
yeah,
like,
like, do I think that they kind of wanted to like present Aaron Rodgers in a way like for him to be, I say palatable just because like I can't think of anything else right now.
no,
But you know, he puts a bad taste in some people's mouths, and like some people just don't like him. But like the things that he's accomplished, like you have to respect that. You have
for
to
sure.
respect greatness in terms of 3-4 time MVP. So anywho, so with him going to the Jets and kind of starting over, like it gives you a very refreshing Aaron Rodgers, I will say.
Okay.
It gives you, even like the teammates say that, like the young guys are like, you know, and like the young guys are the guys that grew up seeing him on TV, and like they tell him that, and they're like, it's good to see you, you know, like that he's nothing like what he's like or what they say he's like, or the media has him all wrong, and like just did I think that he was like acting, putting on a show, doing anything extra because like there's cameras following him around? Nope. I truly thought that he was Aaron Rodgers. Like the things that he brought up to talk about like his coaches and like how they make things funny, and like he brought up like Austin Powers Gold member. Was it Gold member?
Love that.
And like he's funny, like, and just like normal, but like I think that we've kind of villainized him, you know?
Wait,
And
is this you saying this, or these are the guys that are on the show saying this?
well, this is me saying this.
Okay, okay.
Now that, like what his teammates are saying is like for sure. It's saying like we like he's nothing like what the media says he's like he's so cool, he's so like down to earth, and like he has his handshakes with everybody, and like his and Sauce's are like they're like smoking
Probably, like the main reason why I want to tune in.
or I don't know if it's a joint, but hello, it looked like a joint, but
yeah.
And I feel like when it's all said and done, like when you look at Aaron Rodgers, me, because I can only look at him from the outside in, right? Because I don't know him. But just like he's always been very vocal about himself. And like it's kind of came off as like him being selfish, right? But I just think that he is somebody who, yeah, he puts himself first. And like that has also contributed to longevity. That's contributed to him winning MVPs.
For sure. I mean, at the top of the show, we talked about.
We villainized him, though.
Well, I wouldn't say villainized. Maybe I would say, because obviously the media does play a role. He's kind of like
made him seem just like old Trumpsters,
or like just like a contrarian. You know what I mean? Or he's the type, like I feel like he's very unpredictable. And obviously the media likes folks that they can talk about in a manner that they're like, we are sure that this is his next move type stuff. So I will say that he is very unpredictable, and I think that's why that people rubs people the wrong way, in the sense like, you know, I mean, we would talk about, I remember like past 3 seasons, like it was like, is Aaron Rodgers going to stay in Green Bay? You know what I mean? And hearing some foreign way of, you know, what is it, 0 Dark 30, or is that whatever the retreat that he would do?
But like with those rumors circulating, like there had to be, to me, some sort of truth behind him not being happy, because being the person that like puts himself first, like his happiness is going to come first. And like I don't think that it was a money thing, because even now with the Jets, he's taking less money. Like he's taking what, like a $35 million pay cut. And I think that it's a matter, like it gets to a point where like your environment and like everything around you matters. Like you do not need toxicity, point blank, period. And like he's always just been that kind of guy. Like they've always been like, he's like a hipster, he's like a shrooms type of dark. Remember the thing I sent you with the raccoon?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We went to that like dark place, which I'm telling you, I really want to go there.
I would go crazy.
2 rooms, and like, if you can do it like with another person, I'll do it. But if it's just you and like that's it, and like the people that own the property, no, hell no. But I need that sleep, like for real. Like I need it.
But is it like? Remember, I think you and I watched a video on it together. Remember?
I sent you that long, like it wasn't that long, but like you got the gist of it, of like
Yeah, but like
and like how it looks and
right, but he like doesn't have light, right? Like
no, it's pitch black, like complete darkness for it was supposed to be for 5 days. And like I think the guy in the video actually did it for the 5 days. And like by day 3, he was having this breakthrough and like he was just saying like it took him to so many emotional places, which I mean, hell yeah, like I believe it. Yeah. But once he came outside, he's like the colors are brighter and like people were on Aaron Rodgers' head because he wanted to do something like that. Like, what the fuck? I want to experience life like that too. That there's nothing wrong with that.
You know? No, there isn't. And I think that's why this is the actual season that he did leave. Just because maybe he finally just like he actually got that like because again, we were hearing about it and he would hint to it as much as he wants to say he didn't. He would hint that he was leaving or unhappy. And of course, sometimes these players have to make these like subliminal messages to get like attention of ownership or, you know what I mean, general managers, whatever it is. Like, obviously we have the power of social media now where they can, one simple post will get dissected, right?
It's totally different. Like
it's totally different now. And they know that they have that power, right? Where it's just like, I can post one little just subliminal thing and it'll
basically tamper like
in a way, like but
that's what it is. Like that's the power of just the things that you can say, or like just the power of what your platform is.
Yeah,
and, like, you're to say things. So yeah,
yeah, but also like good for them, bless their hearts. Like you said at the top of the show, these players are looking out for themselves now. They have a lot more to lose now, whether it's with endorsements. They just want to take care of their body for the future of their kids. Like, so I think that's also happening, and social media is like giving them that chance. But I think that with Aaron Rodgers, like, I just think that it's the unpredictability that scares people. And it kind of rubs people the wrong way. And I see it. I understand why. Does that take away from who Aaron Rodgers Does that take away from who Aaron Rodgers is a player? No. You know what I mean? Because it's like he can be a dickhead, pardon my French, but the guy's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. Like, guaranteed. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure. First ballot, yeah.
Yeah, first ballot for sure. So I'm going to watch Hardknocks. Actually, maybe after we get off, I'm going to watch Hardknocks. So then when we meet next time, we can talk about it. It's been a minute since I watched Hardknocks. I won't lie to you. I have some of my favorite seasons. I actually thought that you were going to say that Hardknocks like ran its course. There's just so much.
I mean, like they tried to do an in-season Hardknocks and I think Cardinals and like, yeah, it was just too much. But this is like re-sparking it. I don't know what the ratings were like, but I'm sure that they were high because it was Aaron Rodgers. Like they even had Liev Schreiber, the narrator guy. Like he flew in on a helicopter to be there.
Oh yeah.
And they made it this whole thing.
And I get it. Because it's Aaron Rodgers, right? He's going to the Jets. He's out of the NFC. There's a lot of things going on, right? Robert Saleh's in his second year, third year as head coach. They have Sauce. So it's a lot of pieces why I understand that they got the role they got the spotlight this year for Hardknocks. I get it. They're trying
to do what the Rams did, and they're going after their quarterback, the missing piece, to try to go after that shit. Like, and it makes sense. And I'm telling you, Playcallers, like I'm just dropping that, like the Playcallers, but it really is so good because it doesn't just talk about McVay. So it talks about McVay, Mike McDaniel, Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, I did see
It talks about people from their tree. So like with Kyle, it talks about Robert Saleh, obviously being the DC.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys go back even before then. And like Mike McDaniel was the OC with Kyle.
Right. Now he's in Miami, yeah.
Yeah, in San Francisco, but then
You're like, what's that stupid team? Hold on, I can't think of it.
And then he was with them in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all together in Washington. And like the first episode talks about how they had this offense just like cooked up, girl, for RG3.
Yeah.
It's just sad, like how he got injured and how they just like I was telling Deontay that this show is like it gives you the like 4 Ivy League just guys, like they're obviously not your normal just run of the mill coach. Like they are
no.
Just they're different. And
right, and it's like
they've changed the coaching game, obviously.
100%.
And like you see that they're picking from all these trees, but like just their and like how they see things and how they look at offenses and how they scheme things up and like how they were just gonna run the whole, like they were gonna have RG3 under the pistol. It was just crazy. Like you have to listen to it, even just the first episode. Listen to that whenever you drive to work the next time. But yeah, no, Hardknocks are good. Back to Robert Saleh. Like I think that he has that team ready to go. Like Aaron Rodgers was that missing piece. Don't you think? Like
you're giving us a 2-game prediction right now?
What's the defense? What's wrong with the defense?
I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the defense, but
I wish I had my phone with numbers in front of me. But last season, I don't think that they let a team.
Oh no. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It is like kind of, I see how you're saying you're correlating that to like the Matthew Stafford thing, right? It's like our defense is solid, right? Our offense is okay. We've had some mishaps. We just need the guy to lead it, right? Yeah. And who better than obviously Aaron Rodgers? So I definitely see where you're going.
Welcome to the AFC, but it's tough. The AFC is looking tough.
That's another thing that also kind of boggled my mind, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
don't disrespect the reigning champs.
I mean, that's going to be interesting. The AFC was already like that scale of these quarterbacks, dude. It's like the AFC is just taking over. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's so stacked. So this is going to be interesting to have him leave the NFC, be part of an already heavily competitive conference, and just like he's probably the one guy aside from Patrick that it's like, look, I've been there. I've won it all.
Won it all. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of the AFC, I can't.
Joe Burrow's been there, but he didn't win it all.
Yeah. I was there.
We all know that. Yeah, out of those guys, you know what I mean? Except for Patrick Mahomes, he's like the only one that's like, look.
Oh, Russell Wilson. There we go. AFC, been there, won it.
That's true. That's actually
true. He linked up with Sean Payton.
And now Sean Payton is in Denver. So that's going to be interesting.
Listen, and I mean, okay. Sean Payton, to me, like, okay, he has 1 ring.
Do you think it's like one of those guys?
Over like 100. His record's like 152 to like 92.
So do you think he's like a Doc Rivers, where it's just kind of like he retained a job or gets a job because he had that one good season or that one time, and it's like, oh, it's Sean Payton. Like Doc Rivers gets that same treatment. It's so funny.
I mean, the offense, like that offense was really good. Like with Drew Brees, it was pretty dynamic. But that is operative phrase, with Drew Brees. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I just think that his personality seems very diva-esque. Russell Wilson seems very diva-esque. Like according, like, didn't you read these could be just rumors, they said that he had his receivers call him or his teammates call his assistants to get through it. And it's just, that's a lot of antics. You know what I mean? Like if you trying to play football. Like, if you're really trying to win a ring, like, it's not gonna be all that. And so, like, he's coming in the door, or Sean Payton's coming in the door, picking a fight with Nathaniel Hackett, and like, it's just like, it's drama already. So, are you gonna produce Russell? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, look, think about it. The season in Denver was so bad that I completely just
the only way is up from there.
Yeah,
like, they have that defense is really, really, really good. Like, it was a stat to where, like, if they would have scored like 19 points in their games, they would have won all their games. Because, like, that's
literally all just boiled down. Yeah, it sucks.
They have like a really, really, really dope corner. What is his name? Pat Surtain. He's really good. Like, his dad was good, but he's like really, really good, and like just sound, and like, if they could do something, okay, they can be competitors. The Chargers, like, not saying that, I know, Herbo hasn't won anything, but they're supposed to be competitors. So the AFC is pretty stacked.
Yeah, I just think it's funny though when we do talk about the AFC though, we say like those guys, right? We say the Herberts, we say the Mahomes, the Burrows, the Lamars, we say the Josh Allens, but like
Josh, yeah, forgot about Josh.
But you get what do you think of the AFC?
I am not gonna say anything about the Bills. Nope, not me, baby.
When we think about the AFC, like, those are the guys that we think about. Those like 5-6 guys or 5 guys.
Yeah. Trevor. Okay, so yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Trevor Lawrence is creeping his way up there.
So I believe naming the whole AFC.
He finally got it. He got into a good system around him, and we saw again.
So that's like my dark horse, because we just don't know what the Browns are going to do. We haven't seen Deshaun.
We never know what the Browns are going to do. Although I will say,
we don't know.
I got this hat on because my boy DTR had a
great, looking nice, using the wheels out there.
Man, my boy, I felt like a parent watching it.
He needs to be that number 2 out there.
They're saying that he might be, but who knows? It's way too soon to tell, of course. But that was a proud moment for me, and it was awesome to see.
You're so cute. I love you.
But we're so excited though. Football is here. This is like, it's just like we can talk for hours. Obviously, you guys are not gonna sit here and talk to us.
Browns could be something though, because if Nick Chubb plays, they have Nick Chubb, and then I know that did the Saints really pick up Kareem Hunt? So
supposedly, I guess it was happening. I thought the report was official. Turns out that it wasn't. So
even their running back number 3, like whoever their third back was, really good.
Yeah,
not really. I'm not gonna say like, oh, just amazing.
No, but he had some solid reps. He definitely had some solid reps.
Yeah. And then Amari Cooper. Like, I was reading an article about him and just how he plays chess, really, and in real life, and how in chess, like, you play the best move for like what it is. And like, I'm paraphrasing, but he was pretty much saying like, when he's going up against, when he's playing a corner, like, he's not looking at it like, I got to go up against Jalen Ramsey. I got to go up against this guy, or whatever the case is. Like, he's literally just saying like, I got to do the best, execute the route, execute the play, the best.
Yeah.
It's like like everybody
that's
has
awesome.
a psychological way
to
play the game. And he's like, to me, just very quiet, very humble. When he speaks, he's very well spoken, but it's like he has this like tacit, just like, tacit ability to just go out there, and I don't say much. I just let the heat.
That's another guy, right? It's like, I do my work, I go home. You know what I mean? Like, but I know to this day the Cowboys are going to regret getting rid of that guy, or letting that guy go, I should say.
And that was another thing in the article, how he was just like, with the Raiders, okay, then you go and you link up with one team, you're there for 2 years, like the Cowboys, like, and when you look at it on paper, it's like, why did they let him go? Why didn't they pay the man? Why didn't they give the man his job in Dallas, Texas. But I don't know. I think that now that he's had time behind the scenes, because another thing about Deshaun is that, I mean, we haven't seen anything about him, you know, in the media in regards to like him clapping back. You know, he has that whole situation. But the reality of the situation is, if he has been working behind the scenes, he's had a lot of time to work. You know, like, time to build chemistry.
It'll show together for sure.
I think that that's what he's been doing behind the scenes. So he has a job. The NFL has allowed him to keep his job, and I think he's going to go out there and do his job to the best of his ability. So do I think that the Browns could possibly be playing? And like another thing, on the other side of the ball, you have Myles Garrett, right? And like when you think about it, you have like these defensive players of the year, and it's like, it's always Aaron Donald. Like, it's TJ Watt. Like, when it's me, why is it not me? When is it going to be my time? Like, you know, you have Stephon Gilmore one year. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's what are their odds? I'm just kidding. No, we'll talk about odds like on the next episode. How about that? Future odds. We'll talk about a little bit more about fantasy next week. I'm gonna start getting into drafting. You can talk to me about your odds that you have cooking up in that little mind of yours. See what Vegas is talking about. We definitely want to, you know, obviously get into the groove of things. It's football time, baby. Like, I'm excited. I'm excited for football season. I'm excited to win money. I'm excited for bragging rights again, because
it's gonna be a good time.
We'll see. We gotta reconquer the NFC West. Lord. One game at a time.
Right? There's just so much to cover. It's just like I never want to stop.
Yeah. All right. Well, until next time.
This is Talkin Sporty with Brittany Bets and P.
To baby over there, cause you know I wanna poke, no I don't. I just wanna get in the throw. Ay, drop at the house and go dipping on the spokes. Niggas know 212s in the back seat, passing by the kids and they yelling, that's me.